everyone, it's Lucy from KBeautyHobbit.com. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're returning. Let's do a super quick manicure today because I have some filming to do. I don't feel like doing semi-cured stickers or even regular stickers. We're going with press-ons today, and not just regular press-ons, the kinds where you peel and press, so there's no glue involved. It's been a very long time since I've tried imPRESS. So I picked up this Color FX. I bought it on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description box. I always go for the short lengths, and the definition of short definitely varies brand by brand. My favorite short length would be the Dashing Diva Magic Press. And just keep in mind that this tutorial is to show you the technique, not to sell you on the length. If you prefer medium or long lengths, go for it. They have plenty of options for you. We get pretty standard stuff inside. The little prep pad, a little orange stick. It says it has a file in here, but this file is nothing to write home about. It's very small. And then of course the nails. I love that you can see the iridescence of them on camera. Sometimes these things don't translate very well on video, but these ones seem to really show off. I always start by lining up all the sizes that I'm going to need. If you look closely, you can see that they're labeled on the little film that protects the sticky layer. For example, here's 4, 6, and 7. I don't know if these are the same sizes as what Dashing Diva uses, but I know that there I use 10, 7, 8, 7, I think, and then whatever is the smallest for the thumb. This one is the 10. I do all of this before I degrease my nails and prep my nails because I'm obviously touching them. And what I like to do is put it on and then kind of push down a little bit to gauge the size. This one is the right size for me, I can already tell. The reason I push down is to make sure that that nail spreads, because some of them are very curved, some brands. This one is not very curved, it's fairly flat. But some brands are very curved, and so you might think you have the right size, but when you peel that little protective layer off and actually push down, it spreads and ends up being too wide. I lined these up off screen here, and I ended up from pinky to thumb with 10, 7, 6, 7, and 2. Thankfully, they have plenty of 7s in the set. I'm not going to throw away any of the leftovers because most likely I can get another application out of them by using sister sizes, maybe using a 9 where I would have used an 8, or taking like an 11 maybe for the pinkies, or sometimes I will take something that's slightly wider and maybe file the sides a little bit to make it more narrow. Here I'm pushing back the cuticle. Even if you don't think you have any cuticle, I still like to do the motion. I'll put links for all the little tools I'm using in the description box. If you've seen any of my other nail videos, you are very familiar with this little metal cuticle pusher. You can use cuticle remover if you like. Sally Hansen has a very popular one, but this is easier for me, and especially when I'm filming. I don't need a sink, I don't need water. This works just fine for me. This little prep pad that they're including, I don't even want to mess with it. It looks tiny. I'm sure it's just fine if you're in a pinch, but I prefer using stuff like this. This is a Curate alcohol prep pad. I get a huge pack of 2 boxes at Costco, and then it lasts me, I don't know, years and years and years. We just want to get all of the oil, grease, maybe you have lotions on your hands, basically anything like that you want to remove. And then after you remove it, you don't want to touch your nails again. For longevity purposes, if I want a manicure that lasts me a couple of weeks, I would go with stickers. And I have tons of tutorials in my nails playlist. But when it's a day like today, I don't have an hour to spend on nail application. I don't really care how long these last. Usually I can get, at least a week out of these press-on nails. So I peeled back the little film. Now I'm going to line this up at the cuticle and kind of push back the cuticle a little bit because I want it to be as close to the skin as possible, and hold it down with firm pressure. Obviously don't hurt yourself, but hold it down for a few seconds. I am noticing that kind of the harder within reason and the longer you push, the better they last. The adhesive on the backs of these, and I would say that's kind of a universal thing between the Kiss imPRESS and the Dashing Diva and some of the other brands I've tried, the adhesive doesn't go exactly from one edge to the other. Here's my next nail, and if you look carefully, you can see that the adhesive, that shiny part, the little film, it stops before it gets to the edge, to the very edge. But that adhesive is kind of squishy. So I think, and this is just a theory, I have not tested it, but I think when you push it down and hold it down really well, I think that that adhesive spreads a little bit and actually gets everywhere that it needs to go. And I always try to make sure that the nail is on straight, like so it's not crooked on the finger. Push it down and squish, 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 squish. You can see my really dry hands. I'm kind of an eczema sufferer, or not kind of, I am an eczema sufferer. And I go through periods where it's under control and when it's not. It's not super horrible right now, but it's not too pretty. But this is real life. I don't just film on good days, I film all the time. I'm making progress here. Little tip, I always save my thumbs for last because it's just so much easier to push down with your thumb if there's not a fake nail on it. So I already did both hands, or the 4 fingers on each hand, and now it's time for the thumbs. So again, just line it up close to the cuticle, push into the cuticle so that it's flush, and then push down and hold like I've been doing. The side with the little flap on it is always your cuticle side. Here's the last one. Same process. Line it up, push. These are beautiful. And I don't remember what I had for my last Kiss manicure or when I had it. It's been a very long time. I feel like these have definitely gotten shorter because the short before on imPRESS was longer, or it felt longer for me. It was more like a medium. And this, I would say, is a truer short, similar to the Dash and Diva Magic Press short, but still a little bit longer than the Dash and Diva Magic Press. Here's the finished result. These are beautiful. I bet they're going to look amazing in the sunlight. They go between this deep blue and then a bit of a purple hue. Very last thing to do is, if you look closely, you can see that some of them have this little, almost like a tab. I think it's part of the manufacturing process. I think these nails are joined together maybe in the middle as they go through the production line. And then right where that joint point was, that's where you have a tiny bit of an extra material sometimes. I really wish brands would go through somehow or devise some sort of process to smooth that out, but that's okay. So you just want to basically take a couple little swipes. Be careful not to be at an angle. You don't want to damage the finish of the nail. And some of these are more noticeable than others. Like on this one, I can really see it on this thumb, but on some of the fingernails, I can't see it. Here is the final result. I am very happy with these. They are thin in a good way, so it does not feel like I have chunky fake nails on top of my fingernails or anything. I don't think these would interfere with my daily life. Like I said, they feel shorter than what Kiss was making before. But I also know that Kiss has a lot of different lines, like this one specifically is the Color FX. And so maybe just this line, the shorts are this size. Perhaps in the other lines, the shorts are still a bit longer. I'm going to save these extras for 2 reasons. Reason number 1, in case one of my nails pops off and is damaged or something like that, but the rest of them are still fine. I will have some extras here to reapply just the one missing nail. Reason number 2 is I really am pretty sure that I could get a second manicure out of these with maybe some adjustments. Overall, I think these are well worth the money. I know there's some lore online where people say, oh, I can keep my press-ons for 12 days, 21 days, whatever. I don't need that from my press-ons. I typically just need a couple of really good days, but most of the time I get at least a week. After a week, I can see the growth. And the first telltale sign of something going wrong is when I can feel the nails kind of wiggle. That tells me that the adhesive is weakening. Let me know if you want me to do a tutorial on how to remove these very gently without damaging your natural nail. And as always, if you have any suggestions on what I should try next, or what sort of tutorial you would like to see next, drop me a comment. I have a huge nails playlist. There is a chance that whatever you want to see is already out there, so check it out. But of course, I have not tried every single brand out there, and I'm always looking for suggestions on what to try next. Well, all of these fell off the very next morning, so I no longer think they were worth the money at all. Stay away from these. Thank you very much for watching. You can find me on Instagram at KBeautyHobbit, my blog KBeautyHobbit.com, and in my private Facebook group, Korean Beauty Fanatics. I hope to see you in my next video. Until then, please remember to always listen to your skin. Thank you so much. Bye.